Hi, I'm Carrie.
And I'm Celia.
And welcome to our Brooklyn apartment. We are in the entryway. This is the front door, which is also the kitchen, as you can see. It's a pretty small space. You can pretty much touch anything, no matter where you're standing. The interesting thing about this kitchen, I guess, is that the majority of it was DIY'd. This is peel and stick backsplash. I chose a subway tile with matching grout to make it feel really light and airy. The countertops were a black stone. I really wanted to brighten them up and do something else. So this is a terrazzo contact paper. I think it's actually wallpaper, but did the job for the countertops. These cabinet pulls, they were just, I think, like a stainless steel, basic and boring, and so I wanted to do something else that matched everything. Also added these open shelves. I collect vintage glassware, so I was honestly out of space and I really needed somewhere else to put them. Also made the kitchen just a lot more functional, and I think it really looks more fun and interesting with the shelves there. Another thing I added to the kitchen was this cart on the end. This is maybe a bar cart for some people, but I specifically wanted it to have room for an appliance to save counter space, which worked really well. And it also just gives us a bunch of storage. It's like an extra countertop, so it really extended the kitchen out into this area in probably the best way possible. It worked out really well. This apartment was Celia's before it was mine. She lived here a year before I did. I obviously wanted to make sure she felt represented too. Celia's really into pastels and lighter colors, and I like something a little bit moodier and deeper. So this like grayish lavender, I think, is a good mix of those things. And I also really love a bistro table, especially for small spaces. I think it's like easy to walk around. You're not like catching yourself on a sharp corner, and you can add more seating, basically as much as you can fit. So if we have like other people here, we just like pull up some seats and you can have a little dinner party. These chairs I got off of Craigslist. The cushions are a little ruined. I'm gonna reupholster them. This actually is kind of a strange place for a print to be on the wall. It's like not centered, whatever, but it actually hides our electrical panel. This is our bookshelf. Also a really good Zoom background. I get a lot of compliments on this. Wanted to make the bookshelf feel fun and functional and like it had a lot of personality. So this is a mix of Celia and I's books and just little trinkets. This is from Japan. This is a piece of original art by a Japanese artist. And yeah, just some plants and other fun things. Now we are in our actual living room. This is all one big open space. Our entire apartment is south-facing windows. It's always really, really bright in here and beautiful, and the light moves throughout the year, which has been one of my favorite parts about living here. Before I forget to introduce the animals, that's June on the ground, and this is Squid on the couch. That's my dog, and that's Celia's cat. They're best friends, and they basically do this or play all day. The biggest focal point, I think, of the space is the rug, which was intentional. I moved into this apartment having already bought some things for my last place, so I had to make those work in this space, and I had committed to this rug. It's from Alfie. It was probably one of my first like investment pieces, one of the more like expensive things that I bought, but it's really been worth it. The cost per use is super low. We're walking on it all the time, and it's really comfy and fluffy. To balance out the rug, I went with a white couch, which I would not do again having a dog, but I do think it looks really good. The pillows are super fun. They're a big conversation starter. They're from Juji Decor, which is local. I think the owner of the brand makes them in her apartment in the East Village. The prints above the couch are, I call them sister fruit prints. They're by an artist named Judy Targan. These are both exhibition prints from different areas in New York. Feels fun that they're like New York themed. The lamp is from Carpenter Studio, and I think it was the perfect neutral color for the space. Another one of my favorite things in this room, this is the Yoji mirror from Urban Outfitters. I don't have a ton of stuff from fast furniture places, but I do think that this mirror was like a perfect purchase and perfect thing for this space. This planter is from Pieces by an Aesthetic Pursuit. This coffee table is from Dobbin Street Co-op. These are nesting mushroom tables, which means that they sort of sit in each other. There was a third one that I didn't buy that I regret a lot. but I really love these. I love the color. I think it offsets the couch and the rug really nicely, and I love that you can just kind of use these however you want. Over here, this is our credenza and TV area. This credenza was one of my other probably bigger splurges in the apartment. This is the Kinsey credenza from CB2. I really like the shape of it. It's almost the size of this wall, which I was apprehensive about, but I think that it was the perfect piece for here. This is a Samsung frame TV. I really don't like the look of a black box on the wall. In my last apartment, I didn't even have a TV, but if I am gonna have one, I want it to be multifunctional and not be sort of an eyesore in the space. So the frame TV was important to me, and I really like it. It like auto adjusts with the light and does the job. So this is vintage, it's from an Etsy seller. I really like not using the overhead light and having as many light sources as possible to have everything feel a little bit more homey and cozy. Welcome to my bedroom, which is also my work from home space. This desk is a vintage piece by Giovanni Mar for Treco. I think it's probably from the 70s. I had seen these floating around on like Pinterest and Instagram and things like that, and really loved specifically these circular handles. So when I found this, it was sort of a perfect situation and I bought it immediately. I have a shelf up here. It just holds some extra stuff. These like rainbow bins are from Hay. That clock is from my grandparents' antique clock collection. You'll probably notice the black wall in here, which I think that people can be afraid of dark paint colors. They like make a room feel smaller and they're dramatic, but I've always been really drawn to dark colors. I like the like charcoal aspect of it. It's not fully black. I think it creates a really nice backdrop for everything that's on this wall, including this stool, which is from Cartel, and then this headboard, which is actually from Target's Opal House collection, which they don't make anymore. This is another one of the biggest conversation starters in my apartment, and I found it initially at Canal Street Market. It is by Young Blanks, and it speaks for itself. It's a periodic table of NYC trash, and it has a bunch of fun things. My favorite things are Wasabi Partition and Dead Rat, probably. This is my dresser. I DIY'd this. This is a piece from IKEA. I was inspired by a piece that I saw from a vintage store that looked basically like this. So I just decided to create my own. I had some trouble like getting the fabric on these drawer fronts, but I think it turned out really well. This lamp brings me a lot of joy every single day, so I am glad I bought it. And then this art piece is by Debbie Canote, and I had eyed it for a really long time, and I'm glad I got it. It's very fun, has a lot of personality.
Welcome to my bedroom. It is quite small, but it works for me. I have tried a bunch of different ways to configure this room, and this is just the best possible way that could fit everything that I needed. I obviously really like pastel and like bright colors. Over here we have my desk. Me and Carrie tiled it ourselves. I had it made by like a local woodworker to like specific measurements, and I think it's a fixture of my room, and I'm definitely gonna probably keep it for years to come. I have these burger coasters. I really like Betty Boop. This is a vintage IKEA mirror. And this little chair I think is from like Overstock or Wayfair, one of the two. And I liked the checkered pattern, and it's comfortable to use as a desk chair as well. This dresser is actually from Facebook Marketplace, actually right down the road. Me and Carrie carried it home. A few injuries happened, but we got it. I switched out the handles for these pastel ones. Some people would say a twin would work better in this room, but I can't do it anymore. I need a full. I put this little shelf up here to hold more decor things. There's one of the burger coasters. Up here, I just have like a little rack for, purses, bags, hats, stuff like that. Over here, we have this little wavy shelf from Sophie Collet on Instagram. And then just some more stuff. I have these Sunny Angels, and then I went to the American Girl doll restaurant for my 28th birthday, so I gave my Sunny Angel the little teacup, and I think they like it.
Thanks for checking out our apartment. Hope you enjoyed the tour. You can find me online pretty much anywhere at Spicy Curry.
And me, Celia Scabrell, if you type it in, we'll probably pop up.